Greetings, Star Family. I am coming on to give you an update on what's occurring right now in our world, our energy field, our galactic reality, and how it's unfolding on Earth at this time. Many of you guys probably went to my Lyran channeling. Some of you guys went to the Dragon channeling. So those of you probably already know that we've had a lot of really, really important, powerful messages that came through this year. But for the rest of you, basically what happened is we've had a lot of downloads from the higher dimensions, from Lyrans, from Ascended Masters, from the Dragon Masters, and really, all of the messages that we've gotten so far this year are really all about the fact that you are going to be going through the eye of the storm right now. And yeah, in a lot of ways, we've kind of already been working our way up to this point, and we still have a little bit to go through in the next few years. But we're really being asked to master our energy at this time. The dragon guides have come through. They've said that you are being really asked to step up, level up, grab onto your power, take your power back, really master your own self, really focus in on what you can do to correct your own life, to correct your own personal reality. But in addition to that, what has come through this week was really pretty epic for me. I live in Nevada, and as many of you guys know, Nevada is a pretty hot spot for galactics and for ships and things like that. So we've got Area 51, and we've got all kinds of activity here all the time, and so does really a lot of regions near us. But anyhow, this week I saw so many galactic ships. I couldn't even count. There were so many. And I waited. It's been about a day and a half. I've been working on just channeling and downloading the information of what they wanted me to share forward with you guys. And so it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. One, we're being asked to level up. We're obviously facing, increased food prices and increased housing prices and all this chaos with politics all over the world. It's not just in the United States; it's everywhere. And you're seeing, um, train crashes, and you're seeing demolitions, and you're seeing, earthquakes that are happening that we know are not necessarily happening naturally. And it's all biblical, isn't it, that we've heard in the Bible stories that these things were going to happen and unfold. And so, you've had some preparation, I guess, to prepare for this. But what's happening right now is we're honestly, and I know this from remote viewing. In 2011, I remote viewed a timeline in the cosmos where Russia and China and the USA were going to get into some, battling over power. And so you have to understand that these beings that are battling over power there, they are coming from very ancient bloodlines. It's not just human. This isn't just a human story. This is a galactic story. This is an ancient story, and it's unfolding here in the Earth plane at this time, in this timeline, as prophesied, because it still has to get resolved. It's kind of like a karmic cycle that's gone on and on and on and on, and it hasn't gotten resolved yet. And so it's these battles, these family lines that are battling. Um, and these bloodlines that are battling, they are definitely from ancient races that are not of the positive. They're not Christos races. And so basically what's happening is that's going on. And in that timeline in 2011, where I saw this apocalyptic event happen, more, if you want to use that word, and I know that that's a harsh word, but that's what we're facing right now. And at the same time that that's happening, we're also moving through the eye of the storm, and we're creating new earth, and we're stepping into this whole other reality for those that are on the ascension path. Those that aren't on the ascension path, they're living deeply in that warring kind of environment. Those that are going into new earth are already kind of like seeing, we know that we're birthing into new earth, and at the same time that's happening, the old earth is dying, and we're converging in timelines right now. We just moved through the Virgo moon. There's all kinds of things that are going on. And so when I saw all these ships, I was like, what in the world is happening now? because for them to come in that many at one time, it was breathtaking. And when I asked why that was happening, I was given the guidance that it's because they're coming in to stabilize the Earth's frequency. They're coming in to stabilize humanity. There's so much happening in these timelines right now. There's so much going on with this train that just wrecked that caused all of those chemicals to go in the air and in the water. There's things happening with, Ukraine and Russia and the United States and China, and there's things happening all over the world, Turkey. There's just so much happening that humanity is in desperate need of some assistance, and so they're coming in droves. And I've seen them in some large packs before come in, but not quite like this. This was so much. They took up almost the entire sky. I could hardly find a spot in the sky that was clear, because there were that many of them. And so again, they're coming in because they're coming in masses right now to assist humanity. Now again, I've told you guys this, those that have followed me, that we cannot just entirely rely on galactics coming to save us, or angels coming to save us, or Christ coming to save us. We ourselves have to save ourselves. That is the message from the Pleiadians. That is the message from the galactics. That's the message from heaven, is that as humanity are children of God, that you have to learn how to become empowered in your own self. And that's what all these guides have said. The Lyrans and the Dragon Masters, they're all saying the same thing. You yourself have to learn how to save yourself. So in certain regards, you are going to have to learn how to step into your power. What is your role on this planet right now? What can you do to help people? What can you do to ease the hearts and souls of people that are suffering? What can you do to help the planet, to help the earth? What can you do to clean up the environment? What can you do to help the animal kingdom? What can you do to grow food? I mean, where's your role? Everybody has a role. And so, really what they're asking of you guys right now is to step into that role, to really embrace your position wherever you are. It could be that you're helping people transition into the afterlife. It could be that you're bringing babies in and you want to give them a safe environment to step into when they come onto the earth plane. It can be that you work with the animal kingdom and you're assisting them and you're helping to heal them. They're being traumatized too. Their food is being poisoned also. They've been altered in their DNA as well. So there's so many things that are going on, and there's so many things that we can be doing to focus in on how to step into the new earth paradigm. Again, as we're going into new earth, we're watching the old one die. And the old one's literally in chaos right now. It's in so much chaos, it's almost laughable, even though it's terrible. But as that's happening, we're also birthing into new earth. And you have to keep your eye on that prize if you're going to make it through this ascension portal, because we're going through, as a whole planet, we're going through a portal in the cosmos. And those that are on that new earth, they're going to pass through that portal. The ones that are in the old earth, the old paradigm, who are refusing to move their frequency higher, or who are choosing to play in those lower paradigms, they're going to kind of fall away, and it's going to get denser and denser and denser for them. And it's not going to be very nice for them. Those are the very money-driven people that would, rip you off in the second that they have the chance, or that are harming children, or harming each other, or violating love, or robbing or defrauding people. All of those people who are choosing to live that way, they're really going to be having a very hard time in the next near future. Those that are going through the other portal, and that's who we're speaking to here, is that you guys are really have the power now. You guys have the power. That's what they want you to understand. You have the power, and you also have the ability to steer the ship, earth ship. You're steering the earth ship through that ascension portal. And so as these guys are coming in, yes, they want you to take accountability for yourself and to start playing your role. They can't help you if you don't help yourself. They're trying their darndest. They have always tried to help humanity. Humanity's been the ones that are kind of like not connecting to the higher self and not connecting to the higher realms, and so they're not seeing the guidance that they are getting. The guides are here. The cosmos are loaded with angels and galactic beings and Pleiadians and Arcturians and Lyrans and beings from all over the galaxies that really have been always assisting us. It's us that has to get our frequency high. The reason why certain souls are able to connect with the higher frequencies and the galactic beings is because we have spent lifetimes, lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime doing that frequency work. And some of us, right from our early childhood, were put right into it because we were so advanced energetically. There are beings on this planet right now that are far more advanced energetically than other beings. Yet, at the same time, everyone has the ability to advance your frequency. That's what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to find your role, even if it's as simple as just comforting people and giving a smile to somebody, or making a cup of tea for someone, or checking on your neighbor. Please continue to do that work. Ascension isn't about sitting online and watching videos all day, as much as that's great, and that is part of it. But you've got to actually step into the real world too and start checking on your neighbors and start finding out how you can assist and start helping to comfort people. People are losing their lids all over the planet and committing suicide and all kinds of horrible things because they're getting affected by all of the chaos that's happening, and they don't know that there's a better path. And so share these messages out to them. Please, if you're watching this channel, share, and let other people hear what we're talking about here, and let them see that there is a new way, there's a new path for them, and there's a way out of this, and that everything in the end is a beautiful love story. That is the truth of all truth in the midst of everything that's going on. It's going to be a very, very beautiful love story at the end of the day, but you've got to trust that, and you've got to continue to follow your spiritual guidance, and you've got to stay focused on the light. That doesn't mean ignoring the dark. It just means understanding what's happening there and then focusing on how we're going to build our way out of it. How are we going to take back that power and move into new paradigms? So these beings are coming in, and they're coming in as a huge drove of guardians all over the planet. So when I asked them, I was like, why in Las Vegas? Well, we know that Las Vegas is a hub for them, and it's kind of like a space station here where they come and go quite often. But they're also telling me that this is happening all over the globe, and it's like massive reinforcement to stabilize the frequency of the planet and to protect the free will souls here from everything that's unfolding. Now, I know I've heard other people say that, oh, the light is already won. Well, in other realms, it really has. But in this earth plane, it hasn't yet. I mean, aren't you guys paying attention to what's literally right here in front of you happening now, current time, in this particular timeline? So, no, we don't want to stay focused on that because we know that in the higher realms, the light wins. But we also have to be aware of what's happening right now and where we're at in that process. Well, where we're at right now is we're really facing a critical convergence of timelines that is, like, on one hand, very, very detrimental to the planet. And we're talking nukes, right? We're talking big time issues that everybody should be aware of. And then we're also talking the Ascension portal and the beings that are moving us through this very narrow eye of the storm, if you will. And so that's why they're here right now. And they're here in droves. And they're here because there's so much going on in the world that is unfolding, that is connected to these old bloodlines, that is connected to some of these old ancient stories and war stories from the galactic realms. And as it's unfolding onto the earth plane, most of humanity is unaware of it. So they don't understand, why is this happening in Ukraine? They don't understand, why did this happen in Turkey? Why are these earthquakes happening? All of these things. Well, a lot of it's happening because it's not natural. It's not always an act of God when you see those things happen, because there are dark entities that use ET technologies to create what seems like an earthquake, and also to taint the food and to taint the land. And so we're up against some very, very, very nefarious beings, and we cannot, as a species, and I'm hearing them talking to me right now, these guides that are coming through, we cannot as a species allow ourselves to be naive. Okay, that is a very powerful message from the Galactics right now. This is not a time for naivety. This is time for you to face the music, face what's really happening. Don't be spiritual bypassing, because that is not helping anybody. So to try to deny that what's in front of your face is not in front of your face is not helping people. This is where we're at right now. It doesn't mean that we're stuck in that reality. We have a much better reality that we're moving into, for sure. But you have to face where you're at now, and you have to start figuring out, okay, how do I move from here to the next step? What do I do right now? What can I do right now? Okay, that's the message that they want you to have. They also want you to know that there are lots of support. And I've heard a lot of people on my pages and in my groups and on TikTok and all the places that I post things, and they're always saying, well, if you guys are here to help, if you Pleiadians or Lyrans or, you know, galactic beings are here to help, or angelics, why aren't you helping? We are. We're helping. We're all helping. But you have to understand that this is a huge transition that we're going through. This is the story of all stories for humanity and for the galactics. It is a huge thing to try to get all of the collective on the same page, understanding what's really going on. There's been so much mind trickery and mind control and all kinds of other issues going on that, you know, people who think they're doing the right thing are actually fighting against the light. And it's creating all kinds of matrix problems. So, you know, you need to awaken your soul, and you need to continue to work on awakening your soul, and you need to really understand, are you fighting for the light or not? I've seen a lot of people that are claiming to be in the spiritual community and claiming to be on the team of the light, and they're doing very dark things, and they think that there's not going to be karma for that, and there is, because they are creating more conflict, they are creating more division, they're creating more confusion. And confusion is a big problem that's happening within that matrix, where, you know, people think they're doing the right thing and they're spreading the wrong truth. And now these people over here are getting confused, and you're creating karma because you're not enlightened yet. And that's a problem. Like, that's what enlightenment, or the light body activation, is about, is getting fully in the light with the Christ of light, activating your Christed heart, and knowing from God source, receiving wisdom from God source. And those that have not yet are spreading a lot of confusion, because they're mimicking language that they're not understanding. It's creating a lot of problems. So that's part of why these beings that you're saying, why aren't they helping? Well, they are, but the humans are making a bigger problem out of it. And so really the key is find your role, keep your peace, stay in love, spread love, spread love, spread light, spread truth. Truth is where love lives. Love can't live where truth isn't. People say, oh, light and love, but they're not really living in truth. And if there isn't truth there, there's no light, nor is there love. Truth is the light. Okay? It's truth. And truth sometimes is a bitter pill to swallow. Sometimes in order to swallow that pill, you have to recognize that you were maybe wrong, or that you were believing in something that wasn't really true to the source and to the spiritual laws. And so as you're going in your ascension journey, you really want to start working those bugs out of yourself, so that you can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. But again, these guides are here. They're here, and they're in droves. And not only are they here just in Nevada, but they're all over the world right now. And they're here because this is an epic year. This is an epic year. And so again, it's a master year. It's a year where you're being asked to really master your own energy better, where you're being asked to take your power back as a soul, as a sovereign soul, and as a people, from all of these places where you've lost your power and you've given it away to the wrong people, and they're manipulating and abusing the whole humanity. And so this is your opportunity now. This is a powerful year for you. There's lots of guidance. There's lots of support. Even if you can't see them, feel them. Feel them is what they want you to do. Feel. Feelings are the thing that the dark forces want you to forget that you even have. And it's your feelings that connect you to the other realms. So you need to feel. And you need to feel even when it hurts. You need to face it. What does it mean? And so I just wanted to bring this message through to you guys. I hope that this resonates. If it does, please share it out. Share far and wide, so that as many people as possible can get this message. This is for everybody. And Again, my name is Ellen Red. For those of you that are new to this channel, hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Namaste.